Good morning, dear students. Welcome back to our online class on children by Khalil Gibran. We had our first two sessions. In the first, we had the introduction to the poet and his background and his relationships and the concept that was thrown at the mother by the prophet about the motherhood. The second session we have seen what the prophet expects from the parents in the growth and upbringing and well-being of their children. They are supposed to lavish their love. They should enjoy life. So they should never be starved of love. I told you what a difference we find between the children brought up by loving, caring parents and children grow up in orphanages because sadly they have no parents to take care of them. The difference is the difference in getting love. Also, the prophet admonishes the parents not to give their thoughts to their children. Don't make children like them, but they should try to become like the children. As Wordsworth says, child is the father of man. So now, in the third part, the prophet is bringing a beautiful metaphor, and whatever questions come from this poem, this metaphor is the central point of every answer you write from this poem. The metaphor is from archery. We are so familiar with it. What the prophet says, let us see. You must strive to be like them, but seek not to make them like you. Life goes not backward, not tarries with yesterday. You are the boss, which your children as living arrows are sent forth. The archer sees the mark upon the path of the infinite, and he bends you with his might that his arrows may go swift and far. Beautiful metaphor. So all of you know you have played the game as small children, the archery, the bow and arrow and the archer. Here, archer is God. The first part we have seen life. They are the sons and daughters of life capital, that is personification. When we come to this metaphor, archer is God, could be life, also stands for God. God gives life. Now, archer, arrow and bow in the hand of archer. The prophet is telling the parents, you are the bow, arc-shaped, both ends tied tightly with a string, and your children are arrows that is placed on the bow, and the archer, to give it more force, pulls the string back. As he pulls the string back, the bow bends. More the bow bends, far and faster the arrow could be shot. How beautiful. And the archer aims the arrow to hit the target. The newborn child has got a target in life. It has to reach there. The bow that supports the arrow bow supports because on the string it is placed and the bow supports it and the archer pulls the string back and shoots, arrow goes forward. As the archer pulls the string back and bow bends. Bending of the bow is the struggling of the parents. More the parents struggle, far and fast the arrow would be able to shoot and hit the target. That is, the parents, one selected by life as a medium to bring forth life, accept its and responsibility accepted must be fulfilled. Fulfillment of any responsibility requires hard work, struggle. Success is 99% perspiration and just 1% inspiration. Hard work has no substitute. You see your parents, how they work hard to give you education, how they struggle to see you at a better position than they themselves. I still remember a beautiful example when I was doing my B.Ed long back. In the seminar hall, a professor asked all the students sitting in the audience. The question is so simple question. What is the secret of the progress of society? What is the secret of the progress of the society? And almost every one of us gave the answer. The progress in science and technology, so many things. And the professor at the end, after listening to all, told us, all that you said is truth. All that you said is truth. No one has told a lie. But the real fact of the progress in society lies in the reality. Every parent, please note, every parent wants his child to be better than he. Every parent wants his child to be better than he. To make the child better than the parent has to struggle. More the parent struggles, better would be the future of the child. Maybe you girls studying in the second year PUC, many of your mothers, maybe simple housewives, spending all the time in the house, more time in the kitchen as homemaker. But even she wants you to study and to become great in life, maybe as a doctor or as an engineer, whatever is the position. She doesn't want you to be like her. She wants you to be better than she. Same with the father. So here what the prophet says, more the parents struggle, that is synonymous to the bending of the bow. More the bow bends, the arrow could be shot far and farther and swifter. And archer who is wielding the bow and holding the arrow has a target to hit. But if the bow bends, the target could be reached earlier and easier. So this is the role of the parents, to support the arrow to go forward and allow the life to handle you. Now, and our country is very famous for archery. Whenever we hear this, suddenly what comes to our mind is our great Arjuna. The archer sees the mark upon the path of infinite, mark the target, the center, the omega point. Archer sees the mark upon the path of the infinite and he bends you, with his might, might means power, strong the archer, he will be able to bend the strong bow more. Might arrows may go swift and far. Swift means speedily, far means distance. Let your bending. So now, finally, the prophet who shocked the mother with the statement, your child is not your child, finally consoles her with the statement, let your bending in archer's hand be for gladness. So, mother, this baby, how much you have to struggle to bring the child forward. But what is most important, you do it gladly. Never think your child is a burden for you. Whatever situations come, never curse your child. You enjoy parenthood. Beautiful lesson for the day. Enjoy the parenthood. What is the enjoyment in bringing up the child? First time when the baby, after it is filled with the mother's milk, flashes a smile on mother's face with its teethless gum, what a heavenly happiness the mother enjoys. First time when the baby cries, Amma, looking at the face of Amma, what a heavenly experience the mother feels. When the baby takes a few steps by itself, what a feel of success the mother feels, enjoys. But this enjoyment may not be there for life. As days go ahead, as she begins to face hardships, this enjoyment may not be there. Some days she might be cursing her own fate. But the prophet says, prophet andre, the man of God says, the representative of God says, you enjoy your parenthood. Enjoy it. Make it for gladness. Enjoy the parenthood. Be happy that you are striving, you got a chance to strive hard to improve the life of your child. Enjoy that. Beautiful lesson for the mankind. Let bending in your archers, bending and the struggling in the hand of archer according to the will of God, be for gladness. It should be for happiness. Not for any reward. The parents naturally expect the children to take care of them when they are old. That's well and good. But that is not the reason why parents bring for the child. Enjoy parenthood. Enjoy parenthood. As we are in a gallery watching the sportsmen in the track running to get the first prize, we enjoy. We don't get the prize. We enjoy. We clap our hands and encourage them. We are happy. Like that, when your son goes forward, daughter goes forward, enjoy it. You have played a role in their progress. Be happy for that. You have played a role. You have lavished your love on them. You have given them food. You have given them education. You have given them shelter. You have given them dress. But for that, they wouldn't have come to this stage. Your sacrifices are there. Behind the success of the child, you enjoy thinking of that. Glad parenthood. See, bending in the archer's hand be for gladness, for even as he loves the arrow that flies, so he loves also the bow that is stable. He is capital, stands for God. So, God doesn't have any partiality. He loves you. He loves the bow that is stable, that remains here, as he loves the arrow that goes forward. He loves both equally. Why? Arrow is meant to go forward, it goes. So God is happy. Bow is meant to remain at the same place, it remains, he is happy at it because each one, everyone is playing the role assigned to him by the divine plan. It's a beautiful poem. Enjoy parenthood. Parenthood is a struggle, non-ending struggle to see the child life has given through them comes forward in life to make the world a better place. So now from this Astor image, this is what is the basic of the poem. The poem is based on the shift in the attitude of two generations. So here the poet has very specifically and explicitly spoken on parents, one generation, children, the next generation. So this we find at all levels of society. Even the teacher-student relationship is like this. Teachers belong to one generation, students to next generation. No student should follow the attitude of the teacher. Teacher's attitude good for the present day, not for future. Students are supposed to go for future. That's what we do. We teach. What we are asked to teach, we teach. The teacher's aim is the student should understand what is taught. No teacher will insist, no teacher should insist how the student has to accept the facts that is taught. How it is to be accepted, left to the child. What we have shaped, students have to reshape. Same in every field. The difference between a coach and a player. Coach gives training to the player, but if great player follows exactly what the coach teaches them, the way the coach trains them, he never becomes a great player. What the coach says he has to accept, then he has to develop his own techniques. You all know the techniques that today our captain Virat Kohli exhibits on the field are not exactly what his coach has told him. What his coach told, he has developed on that. Same with Tendulkar. Every sports person, Johnson, coaches guide. They are very good coaches to train the swimmers, but they don't know how to swim. They give all the techniques how to do it. But it is the one who has to perform, develop in its own way. Your mother, when she prepares food, she can't prepare food, she can do it. Reading a recipe, that taste would be different. When she makes her own modifications. That makes it tasty. Like that. My dear children, hope you understood the poem. In every stage, there is the generation gap. You are the new generation, hope of the world. So, shape yourself to make the world a better place to live in. Thank you.